What's going on, guys? This is Andrew Ray here. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. It's been about 2 years since I've uploaded anything on this channel. I'm kind of out of the gaming scene for a while, but with everything going on lately, trying to find different ways and different things to stay busy. And classic WoW has definitely been one of those things. Been playing since release back in August, but took a little bit of a hiatus just due to work, just some outside things. Really wasn't able to put the time in and really grind that much. But here, lately, in the past 2 months, went ahead and leveled my tune to 60. And as you can tell, I took that definitely road less traveled and went with that mean pally, aka that rep pally spec, rolling alliance. After running into some BGs and doing some AV, kind of don't really know if I made the best decision. No, I'm playing, man. I actually love the character, love the tune. Definitely love the playstyle as well. Definitely happy I rolled paladin. And I know a lot of you out there may be, laughing, blah, 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 you're not really doing real damage, this and that, which is very true. Paladins are never going to be top damage dealers, no matter how geared you are. Just the scaling, I mean, you got to be twice as geared as anybody else to even try and attempt to keep up. I mean, I've been out DPS'd by hunters in green sometimes, warriors running greens, warlocks, mages, rogues. Um, but the better gear you get, and if you focus on the right stats, I mean, you can keep up with them pretty decently. You can kind of give them a good run for their money. Um, Never going to be topping the damage meters in a raid per se. I know a few people have been able to do it with just insane amount of pots. I mean, if you're extremely rich and you got the money, you can pot yourself to oblivion, and stay up with that way. But for 99% of the players out there, they're not going to have that type of bank and coin or time to do that. So anyways, enough with that ranting about the Red Paladin. Just wanted to show y'all what I've been working with, what I've been gearing towards, what I have at the moment, and my build and spec that I'm running. So as you can see, I'm trying to get all my pre-raid best in slot. Not trying to mess around, trying to become something viable and cohesive for my raids, for my guild. So I am running Lionheart Helm, throwing a lot of money into it. And this is the other thing, man. There's been a lot of time, a lot of grinding. My main way for grinding is AoE farming, as well as farming essences and a lot of fell cloth. And sometimes, running lower level dungeons, trying to get some twink items and sell those in the AH, as well as some auction house, just kind of buying and selling. It's definitely not a easy class. It's definitely more time-consuming class to get into and to have fun with. But once you do, man, it's definitely worth it. So running that Lionheart helm, as many people are, this is definitely probably the best plate helm in the game as of now. Going into Nax and the other raids are going to be released here pretty shortly. AQ and for Blackwing, this is pretty much primarily the best one. My end game goal, which I'll probably go on another video, is my most wanted and acquired pieces. I'll probably do another video, but let me just stay on track with this one right now, as I'm already going off on another tangent. I'm running the Ember Fury Talisman as well from UBRS. I am primarily running a crit hit build, pretty much. I'm not too focused on strength. I mean, if I can get it on a piece that's got some crit or hit on it, then great, golden, beautiful. But I primarily am really not focused too much on that. Crits is what makes Ret Paladin so viable. I mean, that is literally what we need to keep our damage sustained. The more vengeance time you have going up, the more damage you're going to be doing. So you need that crit and you need that hit, so that way you're not losing damage. It's every little white hit counts, especially on those Seal of Command procs. You don't want to be missing on those. So going into Black Dragon Scale Shoulders, I went ahead and got the 3-piece set. Excuse me. Got really tired of waiting for SGC to drop, Savage Gladiator Chain to drop, and BRD. Have not seen that drop in the past 40 runs I've done, or Hand of Justice, but we'll get into that later. So I got this set for the improved chance to hit, as well as a chance to get a critical strike. I think this is probably pre-BiS for a Ret Paladin if you can afford it. If you can get the mats for it, farm those out, and get somebody to make it for you at a decent price. This is definitely something worth getting. Running the Black Veil Cape, which is something that I've been trying to get rid of. As you can see, it's a really low level item on BRD. It is good for the strength and the agility. It does have two main stats in there that we desperately need. But I'm looking to get the cloak from Strat UD. Probably gonna be running some of that today, so I can get that. Let's see. Just go ahead and show y'all instead of being lazy and just talking about it. Off of Baron Rivendell, the cape right here of Black Baron. It's definitely one that I want to get for the extra attack power. The agility pretty much the same. But to be honest with you, big deal. The reason I want to get rid of this cape, dude, is look at this. What is that? Looks like I'm wearing two hand towels on my back. Ridiculous, unbelievable, embarrassing. Gotta get rid of it. I need a big boy cloak. Something that goes on my feet. Look at that. So much better, so much cooler. And I'm one of those people, man, where I know there's a lot of times where gear looks good, stat-wise, but it looks terrible, visual-wise. And I'm one of those guys where I gotta have my character looking good, man. Especially not raiding right now, not really having any raid sets. You know, it's been a key point that I gotta have my guy look cool. You know what I'm saying? When Black Dragon Skills set, besides being very, very nice, the stat-wise with the three equipped, it looks freaking cool as hell, man. And I've been lucky enough to find some other pieces that work really cohesively with it. So moving on to my chest, Black Dragon Skull just breastplate, you know, part of the set. Main stats on these pieces individually are not very good. Fire resistance is nice for, you know, somebody trying to go into Molten Core, Blackwing Lair. This is basically what I'm gearing up for right now. I've run a Nixia, run a ZG, just trying to get myself into some MC raid and some BWO raid so I can, you know, boost up my performance and get some better gear pieces. Moving on, just picked these up yesterday, the Van Braces of the Sadist. Very, very nice wrist plate right here. If you cannot get the wrist from UBRS, which is probably the pre-BiS for a Ret Paladin, if you cannot get those, that is definitely one you should be striving to get. Can't get these off of a Warchief Black Hand right here. These are definitely the pre-BiS for that hit and the crit as well. I think I'm running around 7% hit at the moment. I do want to be maxed out by the time I can go into some of the bigger raids. Picked up the Sacrificial Gauntlets as well from ZG on my run on Saturday. Very, very good. Really wasn't even aiming to get them. Just luckily nobody else in the guild wanted them. No other warriors, no other DPS. So I was very, very lucky on my end. You would pick these up. Just threw a little cheap, you know, 5 agility and shit on there. Still need to get some chance on this. Works perfectly for the build I'm doing, like I said, which is basically a hit crit build. Moving on to my Brigand Girdle. Improves chance to hit by 1%. Yet again, Black Dragon Skull leggings, 3-piece. Really what you want to get, those 2 set stats. The individuals is okay, the little extra stamina, and of course the added fire resistance always helps. Bloodmail boots. Funny story about these. I almost pretty much gave these away. Really wasn't even looking at these, but at the time I think I was running like the Beastalker boots or something like that, or some other plate boots. I don't even know why, but I didn't realize that these had the improved chance to hit. I thought it was just all the other stats. But this is definitely I think pre-BiS for a Ret Paladin as well, going into some raids. I'm sure there's some other, you know, boots that may be out there. I haven't really noticed so far, but like I said, that extra chance to hit is great. You need to be maxed out and have that hit because every white hit counts, man. Moving on to Tarvis Elven Ring. Need to get 2 of these. Got 1 so far, so I need to run Dire Maul a little more just for that increased chance to hit. Innervating Band, just some Skolo trash. I actually bought this in the auction house because I had nothing else there, and I needed to replace the ones I had, the green I had. Running the Black Hand's Breath, which is from a quest chain, as well as a Sanctified Orb, because I still have yet to get my Hand of Justice. Run BRD, Jesus Christ, like I said, 40 times. I have yet to see Hand of Justice drop. I have yet to see Savage Gladiator chain drop. My hope, my goal for myself to become fully geared out in pre-BiS before I get in my raid is to replace this with Hand of Justice, replace my wrist with the wrist from UBRS, and the other thing I want to do here is I'm kind of wondering if that's even worth it or even viable at the time. I would love to get Savage Gladiator chain here, get the very, very expensive Dragon Scale boots crafted for me, and then have that complete my 3-piece and get rid of these. But the only problem with that is I don't know if I want to give up that extra chance to hit. That would require me to get 1 more of these rings, just so I can stay on top of my hit. So that is basically my goal at the moment, as well as get Mark of Forgery. So I have another 3-4 pieces I need to grind out before I'm completely in my pre-BiS. And I have been able to get into raids with my guild just running this set. One of the big reasons as well is because I am running Nightfall. Something that is definitely worth it as a Ret Paladin. You want to be a team player, man, and you got to show your guild that you're a team player. As a Ret Paladin, we're not going to be reaching the top of the damage meters, especially in raids. It's just not going to happen, man. I mean, we can do good damage and we can keep up, but we're just not going to really be on top. That's just not our role. Our role is sustained damage, and our role is cohesiveness with the rest of the guild. Buffs, AoE damage, that's our main role. So as long as you're going into a Ret Paladin with that kind of, set in mind, then you'll be okay. And something like the Nightfall is what's going to get you there, and it's going to show your guild that you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, to be a team player. You're not just trying to go in there with, some big dick damage, because I mean we can put it out every once in a while, but it's not something that's going to be exactly feasible. So that extra 50% spell damage, that debuff that you can put on the boss, I mean, no other debuff in the game is really going to match that. So if you can get the time, you got the money, and you can grind out and get those mats, this is something that is highly worth it, especially as a Ret Paladin. Just shows that you're putting the time in, and that you realize your role, man. I do really good damage with it. A lot of other people will probably prefer a warrior, or yeah, mainly just a warrior or maybe a hunter to do wing clip, and a warrior just to spam hamstring or the other attack that they can just do automatically every 1 or so seconds. But with Seal of the Crusader running, I mean you can get those whacks out pretty decent. And to be honest, a Ret Paladin isn't going to lose as much DPS as a hunter or a warrior in running this weapon. So it works really well for our class, and it's just something to think about, something to work towards. On to my spec as I get out of here, as this video is running a little bit too long. Running just pretty standard PvP/PvE spec. 15 in the holy, strength, spiritual focus, consecration, prove lay on hands, unyielding faith for PvP. Prove blessing of might, got my improved judgment, 4 into deflection. Could move it around, put 5 in if you really wanted to. Conviction, of course, seal of command, pursuit of justice for PvP, eye for PvP. Sanctity Aura, your 2-handed weapon specialization, vengeance, which is why I'm running such a high heavy crit build at the moment, or trying to anyways, trying to get my crit as high as possible. I'd like to have around 24%. By the time I get into some bigger raids. And of course, repentance, man. Once you get repentance, it's just pretty much hard to live without it. Go over some of my little base stats here, just show you. I'm sitting at 21.3% crit. I would definitely like to have that higher. Having Sanctified Aura helps. It's basically just I use it as an ability. Every 3 minutes, I'm just spamming that button trying to get that out. So yeah, this is just a quick rundown of what I got, guys. Kind of what I'm working towards. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be trying to put out some more content here pretty soon, as I've finally found a game that I'm enjoying again, and having fun putting the grind in. So hope you all enjoyed, man. Leave a like, subscribe. You got anything to say in the comments? Any memes you want to put out there, any jokes, or any helpful tips, tricks, whatever. Let me know. I'll be happy to respond. And on that note, guys, y'all stay safe. Keep that social distancing going. And take care, man. I'll see you guys in the next one.